Hello everyone and welcome to Man United Bonafide, your best fan channel in East and Central Africa. Here we discuss everything about Manchester United. It's been a low weekend, probably one of the lowest we've seen in a while. Every fan is asking themselves, what is going on with our club? We understand transfer didn't go well, but still with the kind of players we have, we ought to do better. Starting from team selections and even how players show some desire to win games. It is unacceptable in the terms of in a fan's eye. It is unacceptable to give a performance like the one we gave last Sunday. It is painful to watch at times. Like yesterday, it was really painful to watch, and we really expected something more out of that game. Nevertheless, allow me to welcome two of my brothers. You already know them by now, but just for the sake of people who do not know you, introduce yourselves.
All right, hi, my name is Tim Elvery. I am not happy to be here, not because of course I'm happy to be here, but I'm not happy today. Yeah.
My name is Michael. I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for the opportunity. And my, what a weekend. I mean, we can start. I mean, did we expect this? I mean, probably yes. I mean, did it come as a surprise? I'll say probably not, because I mean, from the squad selection, you could see something we expected. I mean, because from the squad selection, that was, I mean, it wasn't up to par for me.
All right.
If you ask me.
My first question. I think it is in every fan's lip, or we hope it is. It is also in the technical benches, or rather technical teams lip. What is Matic and Mata still doing starting games for Manchester United? Can somebody please answer that question?
I don't know. I think probably I think we will see a little bit more of them. And from me, I think now it's a time where we now have to make peace with this thing, because we've been talking about this thing time and time again, and I think we'll be talking about it over and over again. And looking with how Ole gauges these players, he actually sees them as players who are equipped with experience. He actually said yesterday, in the interview, he was being asked, do you think you have these players who can do this for you? And he's saying, yeah, we have experienced players out there who've won Premier Leagues. So I think he was referring to actually the likes of Mata, Matic, Young, these guys. So I think Ole still believes in them, and if he still believes in them, they'll still play. And I think, for me, some people maybe might think Mata probably might bring that, he's still in it. But for me, Matic now, I think I used to give him the benefit of the doubt, but now I think I've agreed and I've arrived to that conclusion that Matic can't do it for us now. Can't do every ball he gets, you take it behind. What are you doing? You're wondering why is it you get the ball? You're the creator there. Pogba is not there. Yeah. Gomez is not there, so we are relying on you to create. You have the experience. You've won these things. You've won, yes. So get the ball, get it running. You are the architect. Do it for us. But you get the ball, give it back to Lindelof. Get the ball, give it back to Maguire. Take it back. We can't do it like that. No.
All right. Now I understand why he may play Ashley Young. Sure, Dalot is still coming back from injury.
Yeah.
Explain to us, why is Matic in that game? In that team still?
Sometimes I wonder, I mean, you look at the age of Matic and the age of Mata, and you're wondering, like, are these guys fit to play 2 games in a week? I mean, we could see it. Rashford is a young player, but you could see it from his body physique. I mean, his attitude, his aura. He looked really tired, and you look at the likes of Matic. I mean, how is Matic getting 90 minutes out of his books? 290 minutes, almost 290 minutes out of his books, and he doesn't have the fitness. He doesn't have I'll say age has caught up to him.
Yes, he's lost a yard, not just a yard, 10 yards.
And you're giving him 2 consecutive Thursday and on Sunday. I mean, that should show you something. I mean, it should really hit Ole Gunnar or something like that. I mean, we're speaking of Matic and Mata, and we're wondering, I mean, we go back to the manager and we are like, is he scared? That's the question we're asking. I mean, is he scared to take the leap or something like that? Because I feel at the moment he's scared playing the likes of, you've got a bench that has got Gomez, Fred. I mean, Fred really played well on the Astana game. I mean, he's a guy that should be starting.
The Astana game, I know Greenwood was given man of the match just because of
the goal he scored.
Goal and also fans being emotional about it. But to me, the Astana game,
Fred was the man of the match. And you've got the likes of Fred at the bench. Gomez, I mean, Gomez, he's still learning, but how do you expect him to get experience if you don't give him much time? You make him come on at the 80th minute. I mean, and then his first touch was loose. I mean, that shows you the confidence that the player has. I mean, the coach doesn't believe in him. I mean, it just shows it because sometimes it's just like words.
Yeah.
I believe the coach is scared.
I don't
if
know.
You ask me.
Now, I ask myself what goes on when these guys are doing team selection. Is it that these other players are not fit enough? Is it that they don't show any desire in training, or is it that maybe there's a contract somewhere that says that these players have to play? You ask yourself. We used to see that with Sanchez, by the way.
Yeah.
Sanchez would play, would get into a game, just to fill the numbers.
Nothing
And that is
to the
exactly
numbers.
what Mata and Matic are doing right now. Filling in the numbers so that the squad, I mean not the squad, the squad, but so that we can have 11 players on the pitch. Do we really think tactically Ole has what it takes to reform this team? Do we see any tactical changes whenever we are down, or anything, any adjustments he makes?
It's a really good question. Really good question. Right now, I probably think he's heading where he's losing my trust.
Yeah.
I think now he's losing it. He's losing that tactical edge. Yeah. I don't think we have it. You're 1-0 down, 60th minute, 70th minute. You still can't do a substantial change. Yeah. You can't bring in somebody. You can't do this. Probably you can, and you can't hide behind the fact that you don't have experienced players, you don't have depth. Use the players that you have. Let us see you risk it. Let us see you putting in these players.
Absolutely.
And then people will say, okay, he did his part. He tried putting in this guy here, this guy there. Yeah. But you don't see it. 50 minutes into the game, 60 minutes into the game, 70th, 80th is now you bring in Fred. These tactical changes that you should do, we should see a coach doing it as early as possible. This is the solution. Now I think the cameras are zooming in into him and he's thinking, you're wondering what is going on in his head. What are you doing? Are you playing Scrabble in your head or something? What are you doing? Are you trying to put... Because he's really thinking, so I'm waiting. This... oh, exactly. I don't know what he's doing. I'm thinking, look at him. This is a move he's about to make. He's going to change things. He's going to, and that's what we need in a manager. Yeah. That's why you are a manager. That's why you should, and you're playing for the best team in the world. You're working for the best team in the world, and we expect that. You're in the likes of Pep, Guardiola, and the likes of Klopp. You can see these players, these managers. They are tactically equipped, but I don't think Ole has it. I don't think he has it. I don't think he has it for him. For me, he's losing his tactical edge.
All right. That's Scrabble analogy.
To add up on what you said, I mean, I'm also starting to lose trust in him. I mean, you look at the likes of Klopp and Pep Guardiola, and you see the coaches infuriated at the touchline. I mean, shouting at the players. You know, maybe that's what sometimes players need. Seeing a coach being there, backing them up at the touchline. But with Manchester United, we only see Kieran McKenna, Mike Phelan at the touchline, and it's only once in a while where you see Ole Gunnar at the As he was saying, I mean, I'm also beginning to lose trust in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and his tactics, and you're wondering, I mean, do we want to see more of him on the touchline, something like that? I mean, screaming at the players, throwing his hands back and forth. I mean, telling the players to go back, maybe telling the players to attack or to press or something like that. Because mostly we see the likes of McKinney, the likes of McPherson at the touchline, but not Ole Gunnar. I mean, does that also reflect on the players? Because if you're a player and you're playing on the pitch and you look at the bench and you're only seeing the assistant manager there, 2 assistant managers, and you're looking at the bench and you're seeing the coach seated there. He's doing nothing, he's saying nothing, he's just thinking. I mean, does that also get a hit on you? Because, I mean, you wonder, I mean, does the coach really believe in us? Because at the moment he's sitting down, he's not saying anything, he's not doing anything. I mean, do you think that also affects the players? Because to me, I believe it does.
I think it does a lot. The movement on the touchline for coach, for the manager. You see, at the end of the day, on match day, it is the manager who is in charge of the team.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what team you have. It is not an excuse. You always try to find a way to motivate
your players,
team and your players. We talk about the greats like Ferguson, Mourinho, Guardiola, currently Ancelotti. We speak about
Klopp,
some of the great coaches. You see, when the team is down, in as much as they may know that the team that I currently have is not a good team, they try. At least they try to give instructions here and there to try and manipulate and change the game.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why fans fell out with Van Gaal was because of the same issue. Van Gaal would set a game, set the team, and for 90 minutes it would be set. It is sad. It is sad to see a manager seated when the team, especially when the team is down.
Yeah.
You get when the team is down is when the fans want to see you motivating your players. Stand there, fan them into flame, bring the fire back into the team. About team selection and tactics, this is what Ferguson used to do. He would try a certain team for the first half, and if it didn't work, and he sees that my tactics are not working, there are times you can go down a goal or 2, but your tactics, you see that my tactics have been working. We were just behind because of a few errors here.
Yeah.
But you see that tactic did not work. Fergie, actually Ferguson and Mourinho, the people that I know are never scared of doing it. They will do a substitution
Instant.
at the very halftime break, without fearing to fall out with anyone.
Yeah.
They would change it instantly. Instantly, it would be changed, and the second half would be different. Tactically, we are playing Westham. Westham had decided, we will play the ball. In as much as they had the most possessions, they like people are saying, they didn't get off their feet. They didn't get to the second gear.
Yeah.
The first gear throughout, they were not pressing the ball high. They didn't have any intensity in their game.
It's like they're expecting us to come at them.
Unfortunately, we were worse than them. You get? There was no high press. I don't know where our high press has gone to. The midfield was not covering the front three in case they go for the high press. And so, with that, you are inviting pressure from who? From West. Because it was very easy for West Ham to start the ball from the back and build as they come. Nobody
pressure at all.
There was no pressure. Pressure.
Yeah.
Pressure on the ball.
It's no pressure at all.
There was no pressure on the ball.
Yeah.
We were lackadaisical, we were slow, we were lethargic,
true.
Every negative word.
It was really boring.
It was very boring.
Body
and
language.
Actually, I was watching that game with some of my friends, and I was telling them, the first team to score will win this game. Because both teams were playing similar tactics, similar fashion. We are Manchester United. We are the team that needs to be attacking. Whether we are playing City, whether we are playing Liverpool, whether we are playing Barcelona, whether we are playing Anderlecht, whether we are playing MK Dons. Our first priority is to get goals, and we
Yeah.
can't get goals if we don't attack.
True.
Yeah. About Daniel James, people are saying he was our bright spot in that game.
Yeah.
When every other person was down, he was trying to do things.
Yeah, number 21.
Yeah. Oh, that's why you
Yeah.
were number 21.
Yeah.
You had to show them.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Anything about?
If you ask me, I believe we are really trying to put pressure on this little kid. I mean, he's just from the championship.
Yeah.
I mean, each and every fan wants this kid to perform, and he's just recently joined the club. I mean, you cannot put pressure on the likes of Daniel James.
Yeah.
I mean, he's starting to integrate with the team at the moment, and maybe it's because he's been sparking for the last 2 to 3 games, and fans want to see that. But you cannot see that from a player if the team, we cannot put it on an individual player as a whole club. I mean, because you look at the likes of Man City, the likes of Liverpool, they don't have the one player that they depend on. It's every player on the ball. That's what counts. I mean, every player, each and every move, each and every pass, each and every tactic that the coach gives you, it comes down to the whole team. I mean, if the defense is not able to do its work, I mean, the forwards won't able to do it because they'll be falling back at the moment. I mean, if the mid is not able to pass the ball or supply the ball or maybe to recover the ball, I mean, then the forwards will have nothing to do with the ball because they'll be just moving around. I mean, so it's the similar situation with Daniel James because fans are expecting him to do more, and yeah, he's outstanding. He's really outstanding. He's got pace. He's got a fine right foot. I mean, one good right foot, and he's got no supply at all. And the likes of Mata, they don't give you that, and the likes of McTominay don't give him that. They don't give him the supply that he needs, and you cannot expect a player to just shine if the players around him are not doing anything. Yeah, I believe he's a good player, but he'll just be an average player if we don't get the good team around him. Yeah.
Someone was saying that is a cross or an assist away again to be a 7 out of 10 every game, which is a top. Actually, 7-8.
Yeah.
7-8. That is top class performance.
Yeah.
Again, I see sometimes he brings the cutbacks and makes crosses, but usually someone is a step or two behind. Like our position is our forwards being positioned at the very wrong places. I don't know, is he too fast for his fellow players, or is it that his fellow players have not adapted to his game? Because for the past 3 games, I've seen him. He either gives a cross, which is a good cross. His crosses are good.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs to work on accuracy, 1 or 2 things here. But at times he puts the crosses in very good
Right places.
And there are no people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the players should. I think it's a matter of gelling together with the forwards, and they really need to know him. This guy is quick, so if he sees James running, probably I'm Rashford, I'm the number 9. I'm thinking probably he'll just place it here. So I have to position myself according to his cross, according to how he plays. So I think maybe there's a problem with gelling in the team and how they train. So probably they should train hard and know each other better and say this is a player. When I used to play football in not in high school, in the university, we had such a player. I used to play probably 9 most of the times. We had a Daniel James in our team. He was too quick. That guy, he was Tanzanian, very quick. And we had, it was, in the first time it was like that. Yeah. Most of the times you used to think he'll bring the cross, but all of a sudden he's there. Cross is already there. No, I'm the number 9 and the ball is just passing in front of me. I was like, wow, I have to step up. Yeah. So I needed to know how he plays, how he runs, how he ran. And then once I got to gel with him, we demolished teams. And it's the same way. I think they need to gel together and get his and just get that thing going. And once it gets going, we'll get goals. And I think another thing, adding to what Mike was saying concerning putting all the hope on him. I think as human beings, when times are hopeless, we look for hope. We love to look for hope. We are a bad team right now. We are struggling. We're not scoring, and then that small glimmer of spark or hope, we'll go for that. And I think that's what players are doing. They want James to. We are waiting for James in the Westham game. I was just, James, do something, do something, man. It's only you. It's only you, because it's only him we are seeing doing things. It's only that spark, that energy we seeing in him. We're not seeing it in the rest of the players. So I think it's human to put our hope on him. But I think maybe yes, he's young. We can't pressure him. But now, young man, you're in Manchester United.
That's what I wanted to say.
You have to step up now.
The moment you put on the jersey to play for Man United, there will always be pressure.
Yeah, that's it.
It is up to you to know. And I think James has managed that pressure so well. Unfortunately, he's not playing in a very good team currently. I'm just thinking, if this guy was playing with the likes of the Tevez, the Van Persie, strikers who knew how to position themselves and kill games, I think by now he would be where De Bruyne is with 6 or 7 assists. But unfortunately, our strikers are not there. You would expect the right winger to also contribute. Like if the ball passes the center forward, at least at the very end, the other side, you should be able to see your right winger,
picking up the ball,
right attacking forward, picking on the pieces. But unfortunately, it is Pereira again playing on the right wing. What do you guys say about Pereira? Are we overthinking this Pereira issue, or is there something Ole is saying that we are not seeing, that Pereira has to play the right wing?
You ask me, and we say Manchester United is one of the greatest clubs in the world. I mean, and we know of that for a fact. I mean, and for you being a player, that it doesn't matter where you play for him. I mean, I think that's what is going in his mind. I mean, it doesn't matter where I play, as long as I'm in this team. Because as it went by, when Rashford got injured and he came back a little bit to the middle, I mean, you could kind of feel him a little bit more, because he kind of made a little bit of an impact. Not that much, but you could kind of feel his presence. But when he was on the right wing, you could feel nothing at all. I mean, there's nothing at all he was giving, because all you could see with my friend here is just Wan-Bissaka running up and forth. Pereira was nowhere to be found.
People are saying Wan-Bissaka's crosses are not good. You get? But you ask yourself, at least he's bringing in crosses that are not good.
Where's the right winger?
Doing throughout the game.
True.
Where is
that was exactly what was happening back there. I don't know. He's not supposed to play there. But I don't know. Is he there? Do we have another player who can play there?
Dalo.
I don't know.
We can risk with
what are
Dalo,
we losing?
with Jong.
Right and left wing. He may not play as good as the Bernardo Silvas or the some of these top class. But I guarantee it will be better than Pereira.
Okay, then that's the reason why we're losing.
Unfortunately, we are talking about attack. On the defense, is he even helping Wan-Bissaka?
No, not at all.
No cover of Wan-Bissaka. You get? It is a shame. Okay, let me say that it is a shame the current midfield and the current forward that we have.
And God forbid if Wan-Bissaka got injured. That's it.
That's it for Manu.
I don't know. It's like the bright sparks in our team right now are the 3 signings we had.
Maguire
and Wan-Bissaka. Yes, Maguire may have not had a good game yesterday. It was an average performance from him.
He should have scored actually.
Yes, but still, when now, I usually say, when now a defender has more shots on target than a striker, then there's an issue.
A huge problem.
A huge problem that needs to be resolved. Now on to injuries. Lingard came in for Rashford. What is our way forward now that we do not have an out and out striker, fit out and out striker in the squad? What is the way forward? Do we promote another youth, or do we should we start Mason Greenwood as our center striker, or what are we going to do with this issue? You know, in the summer, during the break, always said that the team is worked on the fitness and the team is fit now, and then we're only 6 weeks into the league and
so many injuries.
Lost. How many injuries have we had?
Yeah.
4 players.
4 players?
Yeah.
And there are 4 key players.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
how do we approach this now that with all the injuries?
I mean, it comes down to the coaching staff. I mean, this is a question maybe they're probably asking Ole at the moment. I mean, Ole, are you ready to risk it all? I mean, because at the moment we don't have Pogba, we don't have Rashford. Rashford came out with a groin injury. Yeah. We don't know how long he's gonna be out. Martial, who's not fit. Pogba, I mean, because the system is trying to integrate. Looks like maybe he wants the players to be fully fit before they come back to the game. And for that period, I mean, are you ready to risk it? I mean, are you ready to bring in the likes of Greenwood? Because we had Greenwood had tonsillitis. I mean, tonsils. I mean, who misses a game because of tonsils?
When I asked about the tonsils, I thought maybe it's the reason why I never became a professional.
Yeah.
Because the kind of football we play in the grassroots here.
Yeah, maybe there the tonsils will go to your legs, and then to tell your mind you can't move your feet.
Even if you came on to the ground with a cast, and we see you can still move.
Play the game. I mean, you can still move. If you can still kick the ball, you can play.
How can you not play because of cold or tonsils?
As long as they can still breathe, they can play.
Yeah.
Tonsillitis, and you're like, I mean, this was our best performer on Thursday.
I expected him actually. He was in my fantasy actually because I knew this is the momentum he has. He scored now probably. Like it was just like the Rashford story.
Yeah,
he scored in
the Europa game,
and then coming back the save. He then scores. Then I had a feeling. I knew when Greenwood plays, he will score because the momentum is there. That goal, that first goal, I think it gets you going. Now you can't put that because of tonsils. Tonsillitis. Anyway, maybe they were so bad he couldn't walk. Yeah, probably, maybe it was. But quick recovery, Greenwood.
Quick recovery.
Yes, but I think now answering your question, Ole has now. I think we are heading to that place where you don't now. You don't have anything to lose.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if he wants to get to that place because now Mata is injured, maybe Matic is in. Now you have no choice but to play these players. Yeah. So I think now Rashford is injured, Martial is injured, we have all these injuries. Now play these young people, play them. Now what will you do? Will you go in and play in yourself? You're a striker, then you go there and play. But you can't do it. You play Greenwood there.
People are actually saying that, I mean, James Garner can play much better than Matic.
Yes.
And he can. And we know he can. We saw that in the preseason game. Yeah. When each and every time James Garner came in, Greenwood came in, Angel Gomez came in the second half. You could see a spark in the team that was never there before. Yeah. And those are the kids we want to see there.
Even Axel did really well in
that's the game.
We are forgetting if I think Axel do a better job than Matic.
Yeah.
He was really good in Thursday. Actually, I forgot how good he is.
In as much as tactically, I mean technically, he may not give you that killer pass, but I assure you,
he'll protect.
And will always try to play the ball
go forward, no going back.
Yeah, and the duels will also be stronger.
Yeah. So I think with the injuries now, you have no choice, Ole. He has to play these people.
He's got a choice. I mean, you look at our back four. Shaw is not there, and you look at the likes of Young playing in your. I mean, what is Young doing Young did in the last 3 games? I don't think. How many crosses has he made into the box?
I don't remember the last time.
I mean, I don't even think it's more than two crosses into the box. I mean, and you look at the likes of Brandon Williams. He's a really good left back in the under 23. I mean, he's already matured if you're playing in the under 23 because you've already moved from the under 18, under 19, and under 23. I mean, he should be incorporated in the squad, even if it's for like about 20 minutes or maybe 30 minutes. The likes of those.
The 10 minutes in the league that Mason Greenwood and
Chong.
And then the Chongs and the Gomez are getting. Actually, by now, it should be the likes of the Williams and Ghana, who have never been.
Yeah.
They're the ones who are supposed to be given the 10 minutes or 5 minutes to get the rhythm going.
Yeah.
But for kids that have been included in my squad since
first day,
I think we need, by now, they should be getting at least 30 to 60 minutes
of play.
Play
time.
Yeah.
Given the current squad, I don't know what Ole is saying about experience, but I think experience has failed us for 6 years. We bought experience in
Di Maria.
Who's the other guy? Sanchez.
Yeah.
Schweini. We bought experience.
Yeah.
Nothing has
We
worked.
bought experience. If it is experience, we've tried experience in the past 6 years, and it has all failed. It is time to trust
In the young lads.
that we have.
Yeah.
It is not like we have a choice, because experience is also getting injured. Doing poorly on the game, on match days, and also getting injuries, which we don't celebrate injuries. But we've gotten to that point where we now have to play them. If I don't see Mason Greenwood starting against Arsenal, I will be very disappointed.
That's
If I don't see Fred starting against Arsenal, I know we have Rochdale in the midweek, but if I don't, Rochdale is an easier game. It's like an Astana game. It's where you give the two
young lads
playing to get with it. But for the real game, I want to see
Fred.
I want to see
Greenwood.
I
Gomez.
want to see Gomez. Yeah. At least those. Give us at least those three.
Yeah, true.
In the Arsenal game.
Yeah.
And I think I'll be satisfied.
Yeah.
Any last remarks as we close this chapter?
At the moment where we are headed, we shouldn't have. As I'm at peace, as also my friend said. I mean, at the moment right now I'm at peace, and I shouldn't have much expectations with our Manchester United team, because we're still in the building structure, and Ole has a plan. It's only 6 games, and we know. And considering the fact that maybe our last win was against PSG in the Champions League, our last away win, and it's really sad. I mean, come to think of it,
Our last away game was against PSG.
it was against PSG.
No way.
Yeah, that was our
the
last away win,
you had was against PSG.
and I was like,
Yes.
I mean, we haven't won
Tell me
away.
which one, apart from the preseason.
Oh my
Remind
goodness.
me.
Putting away the preseason, not the preseason. I mean, just the games.
Remind me when last did you win away?
Last we won
We
was
won.
Against?
against.
Okay.
So considering the fact that,
It's that bad.
it's that
we're
bad.
still holding on to the same players who failed us.
Matic, the likes of Mata. I mean, it's time for Ole to take the risk. I mean, I believe maybe my conscience, yeah, yes,
Conscience.
yes, conscience tells me that there's a little bit of fear in his eyes when you look at him thinking. I mean, he's scared. I mean, maybe the fans won't like what I do. Maybe the board won't like what I do. I mean, but that's not what it is. When you're the manager, you've been given the chance to risk it all.
Yeah.
I mean, you can even decide to field like 6 young players or maybe 6 academy players, and I mean, no one can ask you because you're the coach. I mean, if they're doing good in the academy, give them the chance. I mean, believe in them, believe in the kids. You cannot tell me you're giving a kid 10 minutes when you're already 2-0 down.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pathetic.
Not building that kid.
That's
My last
pathetic.
remark will be, I think we'll make peace. We'll be behind you, Ole, once we see that you are now playing these people.
Yeah.
You don't have any other choice. You have to play them. Then play them. We'll be behind you, even if we finish in the bottom table. And at least we've seen you doing these things. At least
Risking
we've seen
something.
you playing these young people, because we don't have any other choice. We'll be behind you, even if we finish number 10 or whatever number we'll get. But if you see these players are playing and you're not running to these other options that have failed time and time, like PSG, man.
Last away win.
Man,
Sad.
I mean, it's really sad.
So I think just do it. Just do it. I think Ole should just do it, and we'll support him. I think we'll support him. If we fail, at least it's good to fail. At least, and
But
you're
you're trying.
saying, yeah, you're trying to do the right thing. So for me, I think he has to risk it, and you don't have any other option now.
All right.
Yeah.
I think when Ole came, we had the hope because we saw high intensity football, we saw attacking football, we saw goals coming in, but it seems like he's lost track. Probably we can blame on the players and the injuries, but still at the end of the day, you still need to see some style. Right now we are back to the Mourinho days where it was hard to tell this is the style of football
we are playing.
We need an identity. We lack an identity. I had hopes that Ole is the one to bring back our identity. Try to bring back the identity. I love the thing is done by clearing most of the players the fans didn't like, and the ones that were viewed as mercenaries and people who are merchants who just came to make the money. I like what is done, but there's still so much to do, Ole. We are not there yet. The fans will not only like you because you cleared out the ones they never wanted, but they will also like you based on what they see on the pitch. Where the Man United fan base has gotten to right now is that we want to see, there are certain players we keep asking ourselves, why are they not playing? It is not rocket science that Fred is better than Martins. You don't need to be a professional analyst or a professional footballer or a professional coach to see that is the situation. It is not rocket science to know that Rashford does not play well as a centre forward. Put someone else there, bring Rashford to the wing. It is not rocket science to see that Pereira cannot play on the wing. It is not rocket science to see that there are kids we need to incorporate. By now we should have incorporated them into the squad as starters, not squad players. As starters, they're supposed to be starting. Build the confidence of the team, Ole. Rebuild this team. The fans are still all in, although the fan base has started being divided. Some have started saying Ole out. If this has to change, dear Ole, we need to change how to approach games. We've been here for 6 years, which is long enough for Manchester, a club the size of Manchester United. Otherwise, it's been real from us. We've had an amazing time. As we come to the end of this, we like to ask you to subscribe to the channel, like our content. Down there below, there's a comment section. Please try and at least interact with our content in one way or the other in those areas. We depend on your interaction to be visible and to be seen. We want this to be a global thing out there where people watch our analysis and our ratings. Otherwise, from us, we would ask you to keep it Man United bona fide, help us be and stay the best fan channel in East and Central Africa. It's been real.
Yeah.
And we are out.